Business Studies, Code 054, Class 12, 2024-25, Sample Question Paper. Time 3 hours, maximum marks 80. Friends, you can pause the video and read the general instructions. Question 1. The newly appointed production manager of Sahib Limited, a firm manufacturing toys, Mr. Ehrawat noticed that the workers in the factory were not giving their best as the physical conditions in the factory were not good. He conducted an experiment to see the effect of improvement in the physical conditions in the factory on the performance of the workers by providing adequate ventilation and water facilities. He observed that the fatigue level of the workers reduced. The nature of management being highlighted in the above cases. Answer A. Management as science. Question 2. Jasmine Aluwalia is the manager of an artifacts museum's marketing team, responsible for promoting exhibitions and events. In the previous season, she defined the total work of managing the events into graphic designing, registration inquiries, bill payments, etc. in order to facilitate specialization. However, instead of allocating work, she had assigned each team member the full responsibility of managing the promotion of an entire event. In spite of holding regular team meetings to take feedback, Jasmine found problems throughout the events season in the quality of graphic design, registration inquiry, bill payments, etc. For the upcoming events season, Jasmine has decided to divide these responsibilities on the basis of her observation of the areas in which the individual team members have excelled in the previous season and allocate the roles based on their skills and competencies. Identify the step in the organizing process which was not properly performed in the previous season but has been duly performed for the upcoming season. Answer D. Assignment of duties. Question 3. Read the following statements, assertion A and reason R. Choose the correct alternative from those given below. Assertion A. Financial planning aims at enabling the company to tackle the uncertainty in respect of the availability and timing of the funds. Reason R. Capital structure refers to the mix between owners and borrowed funds. Answer C. Both assertion A and reason R are true, but reason R is not the correct explanation of the assertion. Question 4. Read the following statements carefully. Statement 1. Secondary market directly promotes capital formation. Statement 2. Capital market deals in medium and long-term securities such as equity shares and debentures. In the light of the given statements, choose the correct alternative from the following. Answer D. Statement 2 is true, statement 1 is false. Question 5. Choose the statement that correctly highlights the benefit of using external sources of recruitment. Answer A. Competitive spirit among the existing staff. Question 6. Goodwill Enterprises is a large-scale automobile manufacturer who fulfills the needs of both industrial users and consumers. The company is providing easy finance facilities at a low rate of interest, which has considerably increased the demand for the product. The company has installed a new branch management software to efficiently manage and coordinate activities across their multiple branches and locations. Identify the components of the business environment from the above case study. Answer D. Economic and technological environment. Question 7. These are the pictures. Identify the responsibility that a consumer fulfills when he looks for the quality marks given above. Answer C. Buy only standardized products. For visually impaired candidates, when a consumer looks for FPO mark while purchasing a bottle of jam or hallmark when purchasing jewelry, which consumer responsibility has he kept in mind? Answer C. Buy only standardized products. Question 8. Read the following statements, assertion A and reason R. Choose the correct alternative from those given below. Assertion A. Controlling can prevent deviations. Reason R. Controlling helps in minimizing deviations by taking actions and decisions that reduce their recurrence. Answer D. Assertion A is false, reason R is true. Question 9. Joining a job marks the beginning of socialization of employees at the workplace. The employee should be given a post for which he has been selected. Place the subsequent steps of staffing in a small organization in the correct order. Answer C. Training and development, performance appraisal, promotion and career planning, compensation. Question 10. Spiceworks, a company providing financial services to its clients, is keeping a close check on the employees' activities by using biometric and retina scanning as modes of accessing the office premises in order to ensure greater security of information in the organization. Choose the correct point of significance of controlling highlighted above. Answer B. Controlling helps in ensuring order and discipline. Question 11. Identify the incorrect statement with respect to investment decision. Answer D. Size of the assets, profitability and competitiveness are not affected by capital budgeting decisions. Question 12. State Commission has the jurisdiction to entertain complaints where value of goods and services paid as consideration is. Answer D. More than 1 crore rupees and not more than 10 crore rupees. Question 13. Match the statements given in column 1 with the characteristic of business environment given in column 2. A. Increased the demand of khakra and thepla in the region of Gujarat as compared to Delhi region. So we connect it to third, relativity. B. Digital academic certificates are issued to students accessible in a secured manner to eliminate undesirable practices like corruption and manipulation of records under Digital India initiative. Such technological improvements are happening at a very fast pace. So we connect it to second, dynamic. C. Fashion market is facing both opportunities and challenges. Therefore, it is difficult to predict the future of the fashion market. So we connect it to first, uncertainty. D. A new government will result in changing government rules, fiscal policies, market conditions, etc. So we connect it to fourth, interrelatedness. So the correct answer is A. Question 14. The process of classification of products into different groups on the basis of some of the important characteristics such as quality, size, etc. is known as. Answer C. Grading. Question 15. Shiva Kumar runs a legal consultancy firm in Chhattisgarh. Whenever the firm hires new employees on the first day of joining, they are welcomed to the organization and are given details about the dress code, lunch timings, introduction to daily operations, and fellow colleagues. They are also familiarized with the organizational policies and procedures, emergency exits, evacuation procedure, etc. Name the type of training which is provided by Shiva Kumar in his firm. Answer C. Induction training. Question 16. Identify the incorrect statement with respect to consumer protection in India. Answer D. The provisions of Consumer Protection Act came into force from 1981. Question 17. Identify the decision which is not taken under financial management. Answer C. Pricing decision. What are the factors that affect financing decisions? So friends, answer is D. A, C and E. A. Cash flow position of the company. C. Degree of financial risk. And E. State of capital market. Question 19. Consumers can ask anything regarding the date of manufacturing, MRP, etc. about the product that he intended to buy. Identify the consumer right highlighted in the above lines. Answer A. Right to be informed. Question 20. Read the following statements carefully. Statement 1. Cost of debt is lower than cost of equity for a company. Statement 2. The objective of financial management is to increase shareholders' wealth. In the light of given statements, choose the correct alternative from the following. Answer A. Both the statements are true. Question 21A. State the meaning of single-use plans and standing plans. Answer. Single-use plans. A single-use plan is developed for a one-time event or project. Such a course of action is not likely to be repeated in future. That is, they are for non-recurring situations. The duration of this plan may depend upon the type of the project. It may span a week or a month or a day. Standing plans. A standing plan is used for activities that occur regularly over a period of time. It is designed to ensure that internal operations of an organization run smoothly. Such a plan greatly enhances efficiency in routine decision making. It is usually developed once but is modified from time to time to meet business needs as required. Question 21b. State how planning first reduces creativity. Answer. Planning reduces creativity. Planning is an activity which is done by the top management. Usually, the rest of the members just implement these plans. As a consequence, middle management and other decision makers are neither allowed to deviate from plans nor are they permitted to act on their own. Thus, planning in a way reduces creativity since people tend to think along the same lines as others. Next, leads to rigidity. Answer. Planning leads to rigidity. In an organization, a well defined plan is drawn up with specific goals to be achieved within a specific time frame. These plans then decide the future course of action, and managers may not be in a position to change it. Following a pre-decided plan when circumstances have changed may not turn out to be in the organization's interest. Question 22a. Explain the concept of leadership. Give two situations in which autocratic leadership style is most effective. Answer. Leadership is the process of influencing the behavior of people by making them strive voluntarily towards achievement of organizational goals. Two situations in which autocratic leadership is most effective. First, this leadership style is effective in getting productivity in many situations, like in a factory where the supervisor is responsible for production on time and the supervisor has to ensure labor productivity. Second, quick decision making is facilitated. Question 22b. Explain the concept of communication. Give the meaning of formal and informal communication. Answer. Communication is the process of exchange of information between two or more persons to reach common understanding. Meaning of formal communication. Formal communication flows through official channels designed in the organization chart. Meaning of informal communication. Communication that takes place without following the formal lines of communication is said to be informal communication. Question 23. From the following information regarding Aditya Limited, which is in the business of manufacturing green tea, calculate the return on investment and interest coverage ratio of the company. Show working. Earning before interest and tax rupees 15 lakh, 10% debentures rupees 12 lakh, equity share capital rupees 10 each 18 lakh, tax rate 40%. Answer. Calculation of return on investment ROI. ROI is equal to earnings before interest and tax divided by total investment multiplied by 100. So, putting the values 15 lakh divided by 30 lakh multiplied by 100, so we get 50% ROI. Next, calculation of interest coverage ratio ICR. Interest coverage ratio is equal to earnings before interest and tax divided by interest. So, putting the values 15 lakh divided by 1 lakh 20,000, we get 12.5 times ICR. Question 24. Mr. Vivek Vaswamy, a foodpreneur, combined his passion for food with his entrepreneurial skills and started his innovative fast food outlet, O Chili, in 2021. He had started his career as a food blogger and had noticed that numerous Indian consumers were looking for reasonable and pure vegetarian fast food options for dining out. The high-end restaurants were not opted by many as they were exorbitantly priced. Though many global fast food chains were running across the country, yet not many outlets offered reasonable and healthy pure vegetarian fast food options to consumers. O Chili became a pioneer in offering a healthy and delicious variety of food. What came as a surprise for consumers was that even without using onion or garlic in the pasta sauce, marinade, and ketchup, the food could actually taste great. The company witnessed an increase in net profit of 26% in its second financial year and became a market leader. First, state the concept of business environment. Answer. Business environment means the sum total of all individual, institutions, and other forces that are outside the control of a business enterprise but that may affect its performance. Second, identify and explain in what way a good understanding of business environment enabled Mr. Vivek Vaswamy to improve the performance of the enterprise. Answer. It enables the firm to identify opportunities and getting the first mover advantage. Opportunities refer to the positive external trends or changes that will help a firm to improve its performance. Environment provides numerous opportunities for business success. Early identification of opportunities helps an enterprise to be the first to exhibit them instead of losing them to competitors. Question 25. The general manager of a reputed organization, Mr. Agastya Lokhande, made the following announcement at the annual general meeting of the company. When we think of a brand, we think of reputation, but the reputation is made or broken by the quality of products and customer representation. If people are miserable, they can't give their best work and the brand suffers. On the contrary, positive results can be observed if there is job satisfaction, effective and efficient functioning. First, identify and explain the feature of management discussed by Mr. Agastya in his announcement. Answer: management is an intangible force. Management is an intangible force that cannot be seen, but its presence can be felt in the way of organization functions. The effect of management is noticeable in an organization where targets are met according to plans, employees are happy and satisfied, and there is orderliness instead of chaos. Second, explain any three reasons that make management important to any organization. Answer: importance of management. So friends, you can write any 3 points. First, management helps in achieving group goals. Management is required not for itself but for achieving the goals of the organization. The task of a manager is to give a common direction to the individual effort in achieving the overall goal of the organization. Second, management increases efficiency. The aim of a manager is to reduce cost and increase productivity through better planning, organizing, directing, staffing, and controlling the activities of the organization. Third, management creates a dynamic organization. All organizations have to function in an environment which is constantly changing. It is generally seen that individuals in an organization resist change as it often means moving from a familiar, secure environment into a newer and more challenging one. Management helps people adapt to these changes so that the organization is able to maintain its competitive edge. Fourth, management helps in achieving personal objectives. A manager motivates and leads his team in such a manner that individual members are able to achieve personal goals while contributing to the overall organizational objective. Fifth, management helps in the development of society. An organization has multiple objectives to serve the purpose of the different groups that constitute it. In the process of fulfilling all these, management helps in the development of the organization, and through that it helps in the development of society. Question 26a. In order to streamline the selection procedure so as to minimize the margin of errors, certain tests are carried out that attempt to measure the characteristics of individuals. Explain any four such tests. Answer: selection tests. You can write any four. First, intelligence test. This is one of the important psychological tests used to measure the level of intelligence quotient of an individual. It is an indicator of a person's learning ability or the ability to make decisions and judgments. Next, aptitude test. It is a measure of an individual's potential for learning new skills. It indicates the person's capacity to develop. Third, personality test. Personality test provides clues to a person's emotions, her reactions, maturity, and value system, etc. These tests probe the overall personality, hence, these are difficult to design and implement. Fourth, trait test. These tests measure the existing skills of the individual. They measure the level of knowledge and proficiency in the area of professions or technical training. The difference between aptitude test and trait test is that the former measures the potential to acquire skills and the latter the actual skills possessed. Fifth, interest test. Every individual has a fascination for some job more than the other. Interest tests are used to know the patterns of interest or involvement of a person. Question 26b. Since jobs have become more complex, the importance of employee training has increased. Training programs provide numerous benefits to workers. Explain any 4 points that support this statement. Answer: benefit of training to workers. First, improved skills and knowledge due to training led to better careers for the individual. Second, increased performance by the individual helps him to earn more. Third, training makes the employee more efficient to handle machines, thus less prone to accidents. Fourth, training increases the satisfaction and morale of employees. Question 27. When Bhanu Priya joined as technical head of Logic Lotus Innovators, she was keen on increasing the productivity and profitability of the company. However, she observed that the employees were demotivated as no attention was given to their work. Also, the workers were given little freedom to make decisions. Bhanu Priya decided to stimulate the employees by giving each worker t-shirts with their name on it. She also decided to include workers in work committees. This helped in improving the performance of the workers. First, on the basis of the understanding of Maslow's need hierarchy theory of motivation, identify the human need that Bhanupriya has recognized in order to make the subordinates act towards achievement of organizational goals. Answer: esteem needs. Second, identify and explain two incentives that have been provided by Bhanupriya to improve the performance of the employees. Answer: first, employee recognition programs. Recognition means acknowledgement with a show of appreciation. When such appreciation is given to the work performed by employees, they feel motivated to perform work at a higher level. Second, employee participation. It means involving employees in decision making of the issues related to them. In many companies, these programs are in practice in the form of joint management committees, work committees, canteen committees, etc. Question 28a. Explain how planning and controlling are both backward looking as well as forward looking functions. Answer: plans are prepared for the future and are based on forecasts about future conditions. Therefore, planning involves looking ahead and is called a forward looking function. On the contrary, controlling is like a post mortem of past activities to find out deviations from the standards. In that sense, controlling is a backward looking function. However, planning is guided by past experiences and the corrective action initiated by the control function aims to improve future performance. Thus, planning and controlling are both backward looking as well as a forward looking function. 28b. The first step in the controlling process is setting up performance standards. Explain the subsequent two steps in the process of controlling. Answer: first, measurement of actual performance. Once performance standards are set, the next step is measurement of actual performance. Performance should be measured in an objective and reliable manner. There are several techniques for measurement of performance. These include personal observation, sample checking, performance reports. Second, comparing actual performance with standards. This step involves comparison of actual performance with the standard. Such comparison will reveal the deviation between actual and desired results. Comparison becomes easier when standards are set in quantitative terms. Question 29. When Chandrasekhar Shukla returned to India after completing a certificate course in food quality assurance and quality control from the Netherlands, he was convinced that he would fulfill his grandfather's dream of converting their 58-acre land into a fertile farm. He started by setting out specific goals and laid down related activities to be performed to achieve the goals. Soon he launched his own company, Food and Agri-Business Solutions Private Limited. He sought to ensure that the future events effectively meet the best interest of the company. He prepared an annual statement for production and sales based on sales forecasting. He noticed that the farmers grew only paddy, due to which land remained idle for the subsequent 8 to 9 months of the year. He identified and assessed various alternatives through which farms could be utilized for the remaining months of the year. Through his accurate vision, judgment, and systemic thinking based on analysis of the facts, he presented a scheme to the farmers where both paddy and vegetables could be grown. Identify and explain the features of one of the functions of management highlighted above. Answer: features of planning. First, planning focuses on achieving objectives. Organizations are set up with a general purpose in view. Specific goals are set out in the plans along with the activities to be undertaken to achieve the goals. Thus, planning is purposeful. Planning has no meaning unless it contributes to the achievement of predetermined organizational goals. Second, planning is futuristic. Planning essentially involves looking ahead and preparing for the future. The purpose of planning is to meet future events effectively to the best advantage of an organization. It implies peeping into the future, analyzing it, and predicting it. Planning is therefore regarded as a forward looking function based on forecasting. Third, planning involves decision making. Planning essentially involves choice from among various alternatives and activities. The need for planning arises only when alternatives are available. In actual practice, planning presupposes the existence of alternatives. Planning thus involves thorough examination and evaluation of each alternative and choosing the most appropriate one. Fourth, planning is a mental exercise. Planning requires application of the mind involving foresight, intelligent imagination, and sound judgment. It is basically an intellectual activity of thinking rather than doing, because planning determines the action to be taken. However, planning requires logical and systematic thinking rather than guesswork or wishful thinking. Question 30. Give any 4 points of difference between advertising and personal selling. Answer. Following are the differences between advertising and personal selling, and friends, you can write any 4 points. First, advertising is an impersonal form of communication. Personal selling is a personal form of communication. Second, advertising involves transmission of standardized messages, that is, the same message is sent. In personal selling, the sales talk is adjusted, keeping view of the customer's background and needs. Third, advertising is inflexible as the message can't be adjusted to the needs of the buyer. Personal selling is highly flexible as the message can be adjusted. Fourth, advertising. It reaches masses, that is, a large number of people can be approached. Personal selling, only a limited number of people can be contacted because of time and cost considerations. Fifth, in advertising, the cost per person reached is very low. Personal selling, the cost per person is quite high in the case of personal selling. Sixth, advertising can cover the market in a short time. Personal selling efforts takes a lot of time to cover the entire market. Sixth, advertising can cover the market in a short time. Personal selling efforts take a lot of time to cover the entire market. Seventh, advertising makes use of mass media such as television, radio, newspaper, and magazines. Personal selling makes use of sales staff which has limited reach. Eighth, advertising lacks direct feedback. Marketing research efforts are needed to judge customers' reactions to advertising. Personal selling provides direct and immediate feedback. Salespersons come to know about the customer's reactions immediately. Ninth, advertising is more useful in creating and building interest of the consumers in the firm's products. Personal sellings play an important role at the awareness stage of decision making. 10. Advertising is more useful in marketing to the ultimate consumers who are large in numbers. Personal selling is more useful in selling products to the industrial buyers or to intermediaries such as dealers and retailers who are relatively few in number. Question 31. It was established by the Government of India on 12th April 1988 as an interim administrative body to promote orderly and healthy growth of the securities market and for investor protection. It was given statutory status in 1992 through an Act of Parliament. First, identify the regulatory body which has been highlighted above. Answer. Securities Exchange Board of India, that is SEBI. Second, state the 3 objectives of the regulatory body identified in Part 1. Answer. Objectives of SEBI are, you can write any 3 points. First, to regulate the stock exchanges and the security industry to promote their orderly functioning. Second, to promote the rights and interests of the investors, particularly individual investors, to guide and educate them. Third, to prevent trading malpractices and achieve a balance between self-regulation by the security industries and its statutory regulation. Fourth, to regulate and develop a code of conduct and fair practices by intermediaries like brokers, merchant brokers, etc., with a view of making them competitive and professional. Third, State any two functions that are performed for the development of the securities market by the regulatory body identified in part 1. Answer. Development functions, you can write any two. First, training of intermediaries of the securities market. Second, conducting research and publishing information useful to all market participants. Third, undertaking measures to develop the capital markets by adopting a flexible approach. Question 32a. Differentiate between functional structure and divisional structure on the basis of first, formation. Answer. On the basis of formation, functional structure, formation is based on functions. Divisional structure, formation is based on product lines and is supported by functions. Specialization. Second, on the basis of specialization, functional structure, functional specialization, divisional structure, product specialization. On the basis of responsibility, functional structure, difficult to fix on a department, divisional structure, easy to fix responsibility for performance. Fourth, on the basis of managerial development, functional structure, difficult as each functional manager has to report to the top management, divisional structure, easier, autonomy as well as the chance to perform multiple functions helps in managerial development. Fifth, on the basis of cost, functional structures, functions are not duplicated, hence economical. Divisional structure, duplication of resources in various departments, hence costly. Sixth, on the basis of coordination, functional structure, difficult for a multi-product company, divisional structure, easy because all functions related to a particular product are integrated in one department. Question 32b. Delegation helps a manager to extend his area of operations as without it, his activities would be restricted to only what he himself can do. In light of the above statement, explain how effective delegation helps the organization in achieving objectives. Answer. Significance of delegation. First, effective management. By empowering the employees, the managers are able to function more efficiently as they get more time to concentrate on important matters. Second, employee development. As a result of delegation, employees get more opportunities to utilize their talent and this may give rise to latent abilities in them. It makes them better leaders and decision makers. Third, motivation of employees. Delegation helps in developing the talents of the employees. It also has psychological benefits. Responsibility for work builds the self-esteem of an employee and improves his confidence. Fourth, facilitation of growth. Delegation helps in the expansion of an organization by providing a ready workforce to take up leading positions in new ventures. Fifth, basis of management hierarchy. Delegation of authority establishes superior subordinate relationships, which are the basis of hierarchy of management. Sixth, better coordination. The elements of delegation help to define the powers, duties, and answerability related to the various positions in an organization. This helps to avoid overlapping of duties and duplication of work. Question 33. Lina has been appointed as the operations manager in a small trading company dealing in garments with growing online sales. The company has recently rented space in a warehouse to store garments and mail out orders. In order to take over the responsibilities of order fulfillment, Lina promotes an associate, Kushagra, to the post of inventory and order fulfillment supervisor. Kushagra has been given the task to assess whether it is best to process orders as they come in or let them accumulate and then to process them in batches. He concludes that accumulating and then processing them in batches is the best way of fulfilling orders in order to minimize cost and maximize customer satisfaction. Through several readings, Lina finds that the standard time taken from the placement of order to the delivery of garments for a batch of 100 pieces is 72 hours. This helped her to determine the labor cost. On the basis of the understanding of concepts of scientific management, identify and explain the techniques used by Lina and Kushagra to improve the performance of the employees. Answer. Various techniques used by Lina to improve the performance of her employees. First, method study. The objective of method study is to find out one best way of doing the job. To determine the best way, there are several parameters, right from procurement of raw materials till the final product is delivered to the customer. Every activity is part of method study. Taylor devised the concept of assembly line by using method study. The objective is to minimize the cost of production and maximize the quality and satisfaction of the customer. Second, time study. It determines the standard time taken to perform a well-defined job. The standard time is fixed for the whole of the task by taking several readings. The method of time study will depend upon volume and frequency of the task, the cycle time of the operation and time measurement cost. The objective of time study is to determine the number of workers to be employed, frame suitable incentive schemes and determine labor cost. Question 34a. Explain the four elements of marketing mix. Answer. Following are the four elements of marketing mix. First, product. Product means goods or services or anything of value which is offered to the market for sale. The concept of product relates to not only the physical product but also the benefits offered by it from customers' viewpoint. It also includes the extended product or what is offered to the customers by way of after sales services, handling complaints, availability of spare parts, etc. The important product decisions include deciding about the features, quality, packaging, labeling, and branding of the products. Second, price. Price is the amount of money customers have to pay to obtain the product. In the case of most of the products, the level of price affects the level of their demand. The marketers have not only to decide about the objectives of price setting, but to analyze the factors determining the price and fix a price for the firm's products. Decisions have also to be taken in respect of discounts to customers, traders, and credit terms, etc., so that customers perceive the price to be in line with the value of the product. Third, place. Place or physical distribution include activities that make a firm's products available to the target customers. Important decision areas in this respect include selection of dealers or intermediaries to reach the customers, providing support to the intermediaries by way of discounts, promotional campaigns, etc. The other decision areas relate to managing inventory, storage and warehousing and transportation of the goods from the place it is produced to the place it is required by the buyers. Fourth, promotion. Promotion of products and services include activities that communicate availability, features, merits, etc. of the products to the target customers and persuade them to buy it. Most marketing organizations use a number of tools such as advertising, personal selling, and sales promotion techniques like price discounts, free coupons, etc. Question 34b. Explain any four factors affecting determination of the price of a product or service. Answer. Factors affecting price of a product, you can write any 4 points. First, product cost. One of the most important factors affecting the price of a product or service is its cost. This includes the cost of producing, distributing and selling the product. The cost sets the minimum level or the floor price at which the product may be sold. In the long run, a firm cannot survive unless at least all its costs are covered. There are broadly three types of cost: fixed cost, variable cost, and semi-variable cost. Second, the utility and demand. While the product cost set the lower limits of the price, the utility provided by the product and the intensity of demand of the buyer sets the upper limit of price, which a buyer would be prepared to pay. The buyer may be ready to pay up to the point where the utility from the product is at least equal to the sacrifice made in terms of the price paid. Third, extent of competition in the market. The price will tend to reach the upper limit in case there is lesser degree of competition, while under conditions of free competition, the price will tend to be set at the lowest level. Fourth, government and legal regulations. In order to protect the interest of public against unfair practices in the fields of price fixing, government can intervene and declare a product as essential product and regulate its price. In such a case, the government does not allow the firms to charge such a high price and intervene to regulate the price of the product. Fifth, pricing objectives. Apart from profit maximization, the pricing objectives of a firm may include: A. Obtaining market share leadership. If a firm's objective is to obtain larger share of the market, it will keep the price of its products at lower levels so that greater number of people are attracted to purchase the products. B. Surviving in a competitive market. If a firm is facing difficulties in surviving in the market because of intense competition or introduction of a more efficient substitute by a competitor, it may resort to discounting its products or running a promotion campaign to liquidate its stock. And C. Attaining product quality leadership. In this case, normally higher prices are charged to cover high quality and high cost of research and development. Sixth, marketing methods used. Price fixation process is also affected by other elements of marketing such as distribution system, quality of salesmen employed, quality and amount of advertising, sales promotion efforts, the type of packaging, product differentiation, credit facility, and customer services provided. Friends, we have completed sample question paper for the subject Business Studies, code 054 of class 12th. If you like the video, kindly like it and share it with your friends. Thank you for watching.